Hey YouTube, coming at you, the viewer submitted battle from ECE Wings, and then yes, it does have Blastoise, but it's not my. This one was not on me. FLORGES, clodsire, and Blastoise, and FLORGES is the main feature of this team. I made several big mistakes, which I usually don't make, but overall, I've gone very positive with this team, and thought it would be a fun submission. Okay, straight to the point. Love it. FLORGES weak to poison is one of the main issues because you are a fairy. So you have clodsire as a ground poison, which is going to deal with most poisons and having that earthquake. I've gone over Blastoise a million times. I think it's an extremely safe Pokemon. You're going to be weak to electric. Clodsire seems to deal with that. Clodsire seems to deal with a lot of things. And then Clodsire is going to have problems with the ground. And you have the Hydro Cannon from the Blastoise and the Chilling Water or even Trailblaze from the FLORGES. So lots of answers. Seems balanced. FLORGES lead where you can just kind of go Chilling Water a bunch of times depending on what you see. It's a dragon, so you can just kind of fairy wind your way through this matchup. They eventually get into Gastrodon, and we have Trailblaze, which is super effective and coming very fast with these fairy winds. So they stay in, but you're almost out of second one already. So you can definitely shield this, even if it's a body slam, just knowing you're going to get to another Trailblaze here and very easily take this in the ones, and if they shield, you just play through and get to the next Trailblaze. The must-haves are adding up, and that's fine. You shield, you throw one fairy wind and Trailblaze it, and then you're going to be 3 times boost. Oh, they actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, not a bad idea to try and snipe on their end, but you're 2 times boosted, and now you're going to lower their attack. Going to come. I don't even know if this is the right. I guess it is, because I guess you would have got outpaced, and it's just a little too far for a rollout down. So I guess you do have to come Clodsire, even though Poison Sting is resisted on the Steel. But just going to come to the farm down. Clodsire is so tanky with just being able to take all this damage with ease and come out with a bunch of energy. Coverage here too. Earthquake. It's going to be close. If it doesn't do enough, it's going to leave him with like in the yellow, deep yellow, red. Yeah. Trying to get out of there. Blastoise comes in. Regidrago. You know what? I wouldn't do this because you're not gonna be taken out with the Dragon Energy, and you would have just outpaced here. I think what you're hoping is that 2 Hydros basically takes out enough, but I think you would have lived the Dragon Energy. I just would have gone straight for the Skull Bash. So you do get to the second Hydro. You know. Would you have gotten to a second move if you went Skull Bash the first time? Maybe. Maybe with that defense rise, you get to a second move. It would have been close. But I think Skull Bash rollout is the way to go there. Dragon Energy does take out here. You do have a move going for the farm down, and now just going to get taken out here for the loss. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Chalk that one up to one that you should have won that you've, I think, misplayed there. Okay, Azumarill with the Trailblaze. This is going to be 14 and throw. Yep, good. Nice on the timing. So throwing on 14 versus 15, getting Trailblaze, it is super effective. Fairy Wind's not a really hard-hitting move, so even so that you're boosting it, it's not going to put a ton of pressure, especially on an Azumarill. Going to shield up the first play rough. Get to the next Trailblaze, going on 4 here. Yep. Going on 4 here. And if they shield, we can just go 1 Fairy Wind and then the next one. And if they don't shield, that's okay too. And Dusclops comes in. Just going to continue to boost that attack. I'm actually surprised here. At this point, oh, that does a lot of damage. But at this point, because they were switch locked, I thought that you would maybe just go Chilling Water to continue to lower their attack since they're locked in here. Do eventually go to Chilling Water on the second one. I think Chilling Water and Trailblaze do the exact same damage. I'll check that after if I remember. But having lowered their attack with Chilling Water, now you can just take these Shadow Punches on the Blastoise, farm up a bit. They try to catch or snipe on the... I don't know what they're trying to do on the Azumarill. Whatever they were going to do is they're going to reset that attack lowered on the Dusclops here. But have the Hydro. They let it go. What's in the back? It's a ground. Okay, well, I'm glad you're almost at 2 Hydros because Clodsire does not really like seeing this here. 1 Hydro will not take out. I'm surprised you gave up Switch. Thought you'd just get to the next one, but getting to the Trailblaze. Again, why are you going Trailblaze? Why aren't you going Chilling Water? You could have lowered their You could have lowered their attack guaranteed, and it would have been much easier for the blastoise here. Now you just lose CMP. Oh, my man. What are you doing? Are they counts? Okay, I was wrong. Well, I'm not wrong. They're not the same damage. It is 65 damage for Trailblaze and 60 for Chilling Water. So the harder hitting move is Trailblaze. But when you can lower their attack, I think that's probably worth it. Okay, so Bastiodon's out here. Going to throw right away just to lower its attack. And it's super effective, so it's a nice combo here. But Blastoise is very tanky. Going right again on 10, which gives them a little bit of extra energy, but it's okay. Just lowering their attack is, I think, pretty valuable. They are staying in, and they're going to throw. You know, you did lower their attack times 2 already, so you can take this. And they give up Switch and Dusknoir, so I'd be going Chilling Water again just to lower this attack. And it's chips, right? It's a 60, not a hard-hitting move, 60 damage, but enough to chip. Chipped to Hydro Cannon for sure. Lower the attack. Now, it's still a Shadow Dusknoir. But Blastoise just ate that so well. Just two very bulky Pokemon in the back, just being able to eat all this damage. Got to try an undercharge here. That's maybe too much of an undercharge that they maybe get to another move. Prime Wave comes in. Now you just get outpaced to Rage Fist and have a Hydro, so want to shield. They're locked themselves, so you're likely to grab a shield back. I thought you would have gotten a move there. You know, they've already boosted once. You don't need to worry about this one. Do you need to worry about the third one? Ice Punch. Yep, some of those shadows run Ice Punch. I forgot about that. I just would have assumed Rage Fist close combat, so I don't blame you for assuming that the same. But yeah, boosted Shadow Ice Punch. Gonna put a lot of pressure on clodsire, and now because you're already so low, now you're in Rage Fist range, but opting to shield because your other Pokemon are so low, and they've already boosted their attack twice now. Sniping with the Blastoise, trying to get this Primate out of here. So do take it out. Oh, there's still a lot left on the Blastoise. Do you get to the Hydro? They did not catch. This will not take out. Blastoise is just, sorry, Bastiodon is just too tanky. You maybe go Clodsire. Yeah, I like this. You just kind of force their energy here, knowing that they're very close to a move. I think you just force this energy out. Hope that you're close enough on... Oh, you don't have enough health. Yeah. Tough. Okay. So, optimal would be 7 here. Your timing... these lower elo players... man, surprised me. You've made... I think some questionable plays and some questionable reads and staying in and stuff like that are all that I have not loved. Don't love this one. Okay, I was just about to... yeah, okay. No, the timing was spot on. Okay, Jesus Christ, man. Okay. Okay. What are you doing? Your fast move timing, I don't think you've screwed up one fast move timing yet. You've done some like 10 versus 12 on Bastiodon, which is still okay. At least you're not throwing like on alignment. And otherwise, your fast move timing is spot on in the Azumarill matchups and the Talonflame here. The fast move timing is spot on. You've now multiple times thrown Trailblaze when I would have thrown Chilling Water. And throwing a double resisted Trailblaze to try and boost your attack when you have a move that hits super effective and also lowers their attack, which they just boosted back up. I do not know why you're I don't know. Fairy Wind's resisted too, so it's not like Fairy Wind is really gonna take them down here. I guess they're in Trailblaze, and now you throw... Like, at this point, now you could have thrown Trailblaze to boost your attack. Like, I don't... But let's just take them out. Yeah, get them out of here. But down a shield is a tough one to be. Creole comes in. Go Chilling Water. Banking the move. Again, I don't know about that because you boosted your attack the first time. You boosted your attack with Trailblaze. I do not know why you give up. So you boosted your attack with Trailblaze kind of weirdly, then got Switch out of it, and then could have lowered your opponent's attack and taken Switch, and then had the clodsire on it to just take moves, and then you could have had Blastoise alignment. But now you have your Blastoise aligned with their Credilli, which just resets, is probably going to have energy, and you don't have any shields. You have to come Blastoise. Yeah, but now here comes the Credilli loaded. Do get to, okay, you banked the Chilling Water, so now you can lower its attack. So that's nice, I guess. But they're just going to farm you down and come out with 2 moves, and the 2 moves are going to just one-shot, like not one-shot, but take you out with 2 moves here, especially with the shield. Why are you throwing Rock Tomb? Jesus Christ. I'm going to lose my mind. This is truly... Part of me thinks that these are 2 friends just screwing with me. Because I'm like, what are these plays? Okay. Credilli comes in. Yes, this is great. You're resisting the acid. If they Rock Tomb you stupidly, it's resisted. They have to go... Okay, that's fine. It's resisted. Poison's neutral on your end. Earthquake will still chip. Maybe they try and lower your attack 2 or 3 times. It still won't matter. You're going to very easily take this matchup. They have to throw Grass Knot. Grass Knot's neutral. It's still not going to do a ton of damage. Okay, so getting to the Earthquake. Not enough to take out because they did Rock Tomb you for a second time. And they'll Rock Tomb you for a 3rd time probably here. But what you can do is you can just... Oh, they finally Grass Knot you. Okay. Oh, okay. Jesus. What you could do is just come out. I'd instant swap. Yeah. That is the first one I agree with, is that instant swap, because you do not want to throw 2 times lowered attack. Chilling Water, super effective, lowers the attack. Gonna get a second one off here. So this is just kind of the strength of this new move. Really chips in super effective matchups, okay in good matchups, in neutral matchups, lowers the attack. Why are we shielding up a Steelix's move that is 2 times lowered? And now 3 times lowered, sniping it. Nice snipe. So you you are one of the weirdest, I say this with all love and respect here, you're one of the weirdest players I think I've showcased. Your fast move timing is great. You've now multiple times banked moves to snipe your opponent while making... I can't count on my fingers how many times you've misplayed some of these matchups. And again, making a nice catch there, knowing that Blastoise is your win con. And catching resisted foul play. Oh, they might sidewave you down though. No. Oh yeah. I still think you live with Blastoise here. Even a superpower you do live, because Blastoise is insane. That's why I've run it a million times, because I know how strong it is. With ease, you'll live superpower there. So you have a lot of good things going for you, just with a lot of bad things too. So this is, again, an easy matchup. You've played this one out before. Your timing is great. Getting a Trailblaze off, they may not expect this either. I think you maybe want to commit the shield here, because it's probably going to be like a Water Pulse. And then you farm down. You come out with energy. If Chargeable comes in, fine. Chilling Water it. On, 1 or 3. Again, your fast move time is good. Try to make a catch. Fret. Yeah, the only thing I would say about this catch is, you could have had the alignment. like a really strong alignment, right? Because you, even if they tried to like overfarm a bit or whatever, you would then have clodsire on this, as opposed to now you're kind of lucky they only have Ferret, because now you potentially have your Blastoise, a water Pokemon, on the electric Pokemon, which now has energy. So I don't think you give up switch there on the Florges. I think you just stay in. I think you spam chilling water like a crap ton of times, and then you align there. See, now they made their catch. I mean, you have shield advantage, and you're going to get this chilling water off because they are really over farming too much. Like, you should not be getting this move off. They had 100 energy. And at this point, the damage is done that you can just come Blastoise and roll out down. Or Clodsire, because they're, yeah, I guess they're close to move. I guess this is smarter. Just come Clodsire and sacrifice, and then roll out down. I would instant swap to try and roll out down, but not going to matter too much. This thing does have Trailblaze. You'll live a Trailblaze. I would let the first one go, because I don't know how close they are to a second one. The only thing you can't live is if they went like, you shielded the first one and then they went in the second Trailblaze. I think that would have been a lot closer to be taking you out. But you can definitely live the first Trailblaze, roll out down here. Okay, good lead. We have the, nope, it's the one on your left side. Okay, well, what is more, I'm going to stop this because I have my thoughts, but I want to hear other people's thoughts. What is more valuable here? Both moves are super effective. We have established that it's the same energy, same counts, but Chilling Water is 5 less damage than Trailblaze. So Trailblaze is technically the better move for damage per energy, and it does boost your attack. So if you boost your attack, you know what? I'm going to say I'm wrong. I'm going to say I'm wrong on that one. I understand in this situation why Trailblaze is better, because you can then start spamming Chilling Waters, but they would be boosted attack Chilling Waters. So I actually don't think that some of these Trailblazes you've done in the past were the wrong ones. I think the Trailblaze against the Talonflame was a wrong one. But I don't think some of these other Trailblazes were wrong, because I just thought about it from the perspective of like, if you lower your opponent's attack, that seems so valuable, but I didn't think about it from the perspective of like you boosting your attack and then hitting harder, lowering your opponent's attack. That is actually quite valuable too. So I think I'm wrong in that perspective. Corviknight comes in, going to go Chilling Water, lowering the attack once, eventually getting to Clodsire of all things, where poison is resisted and sand attack is super effective. Like if you're getting a switch there, I think you go Blastoise, where rollout is neutral and hydros are neutral. I don't think it makes any sense to go Clodsire here. And they catch on the Diggersby. Well, okay, I guess you came in Clodsire because you're worried about the Diggersby, but once you throw the Chilling Water on Corviknight, I think Blastoise so easily takes that matchup that you can then allow your Florges with this Diggersby and have Clodsire for whatever's in the back. And if they have a third answer to Clodsire, like, what are you going to do? They have a Diggersby and a Corviknight, so be it. But the likelihood of a third option for Clodsire is pretty rare, and there it is. It's the Wigglytuff, which you would absolutely destroy with a Clodsire. So it's a bit of team reading. It's a bit of like understanding sort of win cons and stuff. I would shield and probably save this and get into Florges like right away here. Okay. Chipping with stone. Yeah, okay. You know, chipping with stone is just fine before getting into the other matchup. You know, you don't even worry about charm too much on Clodsire because you still have enough health. They did boost their attack, so I'd be throwing this pretty quick as well. They do let it go, and you have a shield too. I think you shield, yeah, I think you shield to get the Chilling Water off, because when you can lower your opponent's attack, please throw the Chilling Water. When you can lower your opponent's attack and they cannot reset, there's no reason not to do that. So they could potentially get to an icy wind, but even if they do, lowered attack and it's a clodsire, it's a non-stab, I think you'll live this anyways and get to a stone edge here. So yeah, again, I think that matchup, given what could have been such easy alignment, was a lot closer than it needed to be. So great lead here. I mean, you do need to show up the first. Ooh, okay. Going to, instead of trying to shield up the first aura wheel, opting to catch the electric aura wheel on clodsire. My only concern is this. Of course, they're going to have an option for ground or clodsire. I'm going to be surprised if they had two options for clodsire in the back here. So coming in with a crest. Looks like a Psycho Cut crest because that grass knot came pretty fast. So getting to the Earthquake, that'll chip. It's a Shadow Crest at that. Man, I haven't seen a Shadow Crest. I don't think I've ever seen a Shadow Crest. I remember when it came out and people used it, but I don't actually remember seeing much of it. It's one of those like people used it for a couple times and then like, it's not that strong. And in doing so, somehow take switch to now get farmed down. So they're at, oh geez, at least 6 or 7. Got to shield up the first aura wheel. You know, yeah, shield up first aura wheel. Okay, it's kind of a weird bake for Psychic Fangs, but now they didn't even boost their attack, and now you're gonna lower their attack, and you don't need to worry about the dark aura wheel, so you can just let this move go. Oh my god, what are we doing? That was the dark aura wheel, which would be resisted. I know it's still, you're worried about it hurting, but they didn't even boost their attack the first time, so they were that was a one-time lowered resisted aura wheel there. You got to throw to at least grab one shield here. They're going to shield back though, and then they're going to take you out. You got to hope Chilling Water is enough on Pharaoh. It's pretty glassy. I would throw. They did try to catch on Morpeko, and they kind of did catch. But you kind of did see it come in. Maybe you didn't know how much energy they had. We are at back-to-back moves. Pharaoh's pretty glassy. It's non-stab, Chilling Water. It's going to be close. Yeah, 1 HP live here. 2 HP live, unfortunately, because 1 HP you would have won. But 2 HP, they will get a drill pack and take you out. Yeah, you can't shield the dark aura wheel, man. Okay. Look, I think you have many strengths and many weaknesses. I think the team is strong. I think like you got your clodsire weak to ground, and ice, and again psychic, but like not a ton of those. So you can deal with ground and ice with blastoise, and even FLORGES, and FLORGES is weak to poison, and clodsire can deal with that. And blastoise is weak to electric, and clodsire can deal with that. And grass you can kind of combo through. Yeah, that may be, grass may be a little tough, but there's not a lot of grass in this meta, right? So there's that. You had good timing on a lot of fast moves there, which is great. You made a couple nice snipes, like 2 or 3 snipes overall. So like all that is very, very positive. And you know what? I'd even take back some of these like throwing Trailblaze. I think maybe throwing Trailblaze in some of those matchups were correct. But some of the other reads of like giving up switch, some throwing the wrong move, some of those were pretty tough to watch. And I think you know what? I think you even, I forgot that you did admit that in the beginning. I made several big mistakes which I usually don't make. Okay, so it's not okay. So you know that some of these plays were probably not the right ones to make there. Shielding Dark Aura Wheel, giving up some of the switches. Alignment shield, like the Steelix shield too on the FLORGES didn't make sense when you lowered its attack times 2. So those are the types of things that have cost you a couple matchups here, and it's a couple of those things that you cannot be making. Like it's okay, you can maybe sometimes get away with it in the 2200 range. You're not getting away with that stuff in the 2700 range. But anyways, thanks for this mission. Hope that wasn't too hard on you. I do appreciate the submissions, even if they, make me add a few more gray hairs once in a while. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Lots of Great League coming this week. Maybe some of the Fantasy Cup if I get a couple submissions. But I will see you guys in the next one.